Today I want to talk about businesses that don't serve the customers. Not about this one. This is about a specific example, and this is not to. This is because it's a specific example and it's a true one. Not that it's not known. They're not like they're not a mem. We'll come to that in a moment. So about 2 weeks ago, I received an email from the producer of this show, Pawn Stars. They found one of my items listed for sale and contacted me anonymously in order to contact me about coming on their show. It's an item that's very niche, but and also very rare. And I think they wanted it because they felt that it could be an interesting episode of their program. Now, if you're not familiar with that, it's a pawn shop here in Las Vegas that caters to very rare and exotic things. It drives a lot of traffic in with people bringing in rare and obsolete things and also some fraudulent things. And they have a YouTube channel and a TV show, and it's very popular, and it has been for some time. It has also, however, become a meme. And yes, it's meme, not meme. It's plus ça change, plus ça meme chose. It's a French word, meme. We just don't have that little hat thing over the E because we're Americans and that's not one of our letters. Everyone knows that they have offered people paltry amounts for otherwise potentially valuable things. Well, it's worth $1,000, but best I can do is $3 in a Milky Way. And so although I felt like there's a possibility that they could marry me up with potential buyers that I might not otherwise reach, I realized that they weren't contacting me to help me sell something. They were contacting me to help sell themselves. You see, if you show up on programs like this, you become advertisement for the programs. This is the same thing that attracted people, or that served the shows of Jerry Springer, Maury Povich, even Dr. Phil, and all those other daytime scandal shows, is in the guise of helping those who show up on the program, it also helped sensationalize the program itself, got them views, clicks, subscribers, and adherents, and made the shows more successful. So it was more about the show's success than the individual people who are highlighted therein. Because let's face it, that's what corporations are about. They're about serving the customers in order to serve themselves. Because if you don't have customers, then of course there's no reason to have a business. But the more customers you can drive, the better your business tends to do. It's not about necessarily making the lives of an individual customer better. It's making the lives of individual random unknown customers slightly better so that you can improve your own life because you are the one who owns and runs the business. So ultimately, I decided to ignore this email invitation because I suspected that despite the fact that I'm having trouble selling this particular item because of its niche market and its rarity, that I could probably do better without their help, and that if I went on the show, it would probably only benefit them and not me. I suspect they would offer me an offensive amount and insult me with the auspice that I'll just take it because I'm desperate to sell it. I'm not desperate. A lot of their customers are. A lot of people are living paycheck to paycheck, and they go on things like this, Antiques Roadshow, Pawn Stars, whatever, in order to get whatever they can for whatever random antiquity that they can sell so that they can make ends meet or fulfill some other financial goal or some other kind of luxuriation that they would rather have other than the item with which they are parting. It's not about making my life better. And I know they don't know me, so they have no reason to serve me specifically. And they don't know me, and they don't have any. They might be able to figure out who this is, but they don't know me specifically and personally to invite me. It was through an anonymous link to an anonymous email delivery service, so they still don't have any idea what my identity is or who's selling the item. And I like it that way because it's none of their business. They're not trying to sell the item for me or buy it from me. They're trying to sell themselves to their target audience so that there'll be more people to watch. Because number one, I go on the show, I take the insulting offer, I get a little bit, they turn around and sell it for twice that because that's how businesses make money. Or I go on the show and become a sensation anyway, and they get traffic to their YouTube channel, their TV show, or whatever, because they have some sort of a blow up based on one of the people who showed up on their show. Either way, I'm not served by this in the long run. Maybe I don't ever sell this item for any money. I don't need to sell it. It's something I inherited that I don't value because it has no emotional meaning to me, but it was left to me because the person who left it to me trusted me to not just dispose of it haphazardly, which is what going to on Pawn Stars would be, is me desperately clinging and grasping at cash, which I don't need, and I can hold on to the thing which I don't want, but that reminds me of somebody who does mean something to me. On the rare occasion I go into the other room and see it, it does remind me, because it still smells like her a little bit, about the time that we shared together before she died. So it has other meaning to me that cash cannot compensate. Eventually, I can probably sell it for what I want. And of course, inflation will eat away at that, and maybe it'll get burned up in a fire, stolen by a robber, or uh, I don't know, some other calamity may befall it. But at least I didn't part with it in a way to insult the person who left it to me by getting less than I should and elevating someone else who doesn't know this person, doesn't care, doesn't know me, and doesn't want to help me. They're not offering me help to help me. They're offering me help to help them. The sooner that you realize who out there is offering you help to help themselves and less so to help you, the better off you will be. In fact, this is most politicians. This is most people. They're offering you their bit so that they can cash in an IOU later for something that they did for you. I look at a lot of people and think, I do not wish to be beholden to you. Not that I don't want or need help, but there are certain people who are likely to hold it against me and expect reciprocity, and other people who will do it because they actually do care about me and are friends or family. When I redid my house in 2020, my father helped me build it or redo the kitchen because my father doesn't hold it against me, using his knowledge, skills, and abilities to improve the lives of his children. I could have hired a person, an individual. There would have been no expectation beyond the contract and the cash payments for the work. But I didn't ask other friends, I didn't ask neighbors, and I certainly didn't ask fellow congregants of the church or the Pawn Stars cast, because I didn't want them to come back later and go, yeah, remember back 5 years ago when we helped you remodel your house? Now we expect you and emotionally manipulate you into helping them. Because let's face it, this is how most people work. The very base level of friendship is friends for mutual benefit. This is a phrase I've coined. I'm not sure if it's any of my books, but if you hear it later, that's where it came from. That people become friends because you have something I want and I have something you want, and it's a win-win. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's a friendship. But I'm not going to become friends with the staff of Pawn Stars, and we're not going to become bosom buddies. I've never been there. I have no plan to go there. I don't want to buy anything from their store, and I'm not really sure I want to show up on the internet in their videos for any reason. There's a small, slightly above zero, but not by very much chance that I go on this show and either they offer me something that I'm willing to take or they're able to put me in contact with someone who will. It's probably the same mathematical chance that I find that person randomly on my own, or just slightly statistically insignificantly above that. So, as a member of the School of Science, Engineering, and Mathematics, I'm not willing to engage and spend and waste the time to improve my odds of selling this item for a statistically insignificant amount. That's neither wise, nor prudent, nor profitable. And so I'm disinclined to acquiesce to their invitation. So I just marked it as read and moved on with my day. What I'm telling you this for is because I want you to be aware that people are offering you things that may not have anything to do with your benefit. On the surface, there is an immediate benefit, but on the backhand of it, there is some other ulterior motive. And most people, I hate to say this, don't offer things out of a sense of altruism. They offer things because they want you to owe them. They sell you jeans in exchange for cash. They give you cupcakes in exchange for grades. Whatever the case may be, they are hoping to leverage something to their own benefit, whether you like it or not, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. And people are always talking about, side hustles. I get comments sometimes from people I know in real life who tell me that I need to sell my intellectual and personal experience with gardening, plant care, and other things that I've learned in grad school and working here to make money as a side hustle. But I don't have to. This primary job that I work pays enough so that I pay all my bills and still have fun. So much so that I have a second job that I do for free, and I volunteer with the Forest Service. And then I help other people on the side. I don't have to make money. And I tell people, this is the best part of it, if it doesn't work, you got your money's worth. So there's no recidivism, there's no recalcitrance, there's no need to worry about the repercussions because I gave them something for free. And so if it doesn't benefit them, well, they got their money's worth anyway. And so I feel a sense of peace and a sense of freedom in offering those other things for free because I'm not reliant on them for my survival. This is what Pawn Stars does. They take you and the items you want to pawn, and they offer you a chance to be a star. They don't tell you you're a falling star or a shooting star, which is not really a star at all, but a piece of burning rock being consumed by the atmosphere. And if you go on their program, you're more likely to be consumed by the atmosphere of the internet and go out in a small blaze of fire than you are to light the internet firmament for the rest of your natural born life. You're not going to become a star, but you're certainly going to help theirs shine the more bright. When someone offers you something that seems too good to be true, when someone solicits you for something you did not approach them, always proceed with caution. If you didn't initiate with them, it's probably not because it's for your benefit. And if it's something that seems too good to be true, math tells you it's probably exactly that. Caveat emptor, make good decisions, trust people you know you can trust. Don't trust them until you have a track record with them. And by all that is holy, don't let people into your life that you don't know and who do not like you. The people in this program don't know me from Adam. They can't possibly like me because they don't know me. This cannot possibly be for my benefit, except by accident. But their intent here is to make my appearance on their show benefit their show. Period. This is true for all of these shows. It's true for The Price is Right. It's true for Wheel of Fortune. This is not to highlight the individuals who win prizes and cash and solve puzzles. It is to get people to watch those programs so they can sell advertisements and those studios can make money. And if you win, it's a nice bonus. But that is not the point at all. I could go on this program and win. Or I could just do what I was doing before, and I don't have to expose myself to whatever risks that might be inherent in the fine print I'm unlikely to understand even if I bother to read it in its entirety, which I'm probably too lazy to do. Let's admit the truth of ourselves, admit the truth of human nature, that most people, because we're humans, look out mostly only for those they know and already like. And if they don't know you and don't like you, they're not offering you a win, at least not intentionally, but they are interested in winning for themselves. This would be a win for them. It might be a win for me. That's not a risk I'm willing to bear. Be very careful in the risks that you take. Make sure that the rewards justify the risks, because sometimes you take the risk and no reward comes. I wish you all the best in your decision making. I hope that the decisions you make lead you to happiness and success, and that you will learn how to guard yourself against those who are ravening wolves. Not that I'm saying that's what they are, but there are definitely wolves out there. Godspeed. Good luck.